The city of Lumina was a beacon of progress and diversity. It bustled with life from its towering skyscrapers to its bustling markets. But amidst its modernity, a powerful church, the light of salvation, rose to prominence. Its leader, Pastor Solomon, claimed to bring light to the lost souls of the city. Pastor Solomon's church opened with grand fanfare. Musicians played jubilant songs as the crowd cheered. The church, with its massive golden cross, promised miracles and prosperity to everyone who walked through its doors. Every Sunday, Pastor Solomon delivered fiery sermons that left his congregation mesmerized. His voice thundered, "Your breakthrough is here. Sow your seed today, and God will multiply it 100-fold. The crowd will erupt, waving money and pledging their loyalty." One Sunday, a man in a wheelchair was brought to the altar. With a dramatic gesture, Pastor Solomon commanded him to stand. To everyone's amazement, the man walked. From that day, the church overflowed with people seeking their miracles. In the heart of Lumina, Ada, a sharp-eyed journalist, watched the events unfold. She had covered many fraud cases and found Pastor Solomon's sudden rise suspicious. She decided to investigate. Ada discovered that Pastor Solomon lived a lavish lifestyle. From luxury cars to private jets, his wealth seemed limitless. His followers claimed it was a reward from God, but Ada suspected otherwise. Pastor Solomon's closest aides met regularly in secret. Ada observed them, noticing their nervous glances and whispered conversations. She was certain they knew more than they let on. Ada disguised herself as a churchgoer. She joined the prayer lines, attended healing services, and observed everything. What she saw left her with more questions than answers. During one service, a woman claimed to be healed of blindness, but Ada noticed her hesitancy. After the service, Ada saw the woman escorted away by Pastor Solomon's aides. Ada followed one of the aides after a service. He led her to a hidden basement below the church. What she found there was shocking. The basement was filled with symbols, charms, and candles. Ada saw Pastor Solomon conducting a ritual with his inner circle. The miracles were powered by dark forces, not divine intervention. Pastor Solomon chanted incantations over bowls of animal bloods. His aides prepared powers that were later used in the miracles. Ada took photos, her heart racing. Ada compiled photos, testimonies, and videos. Her evidence was irrefutable. She prepared to expose the truth. Ada interviewed Sarah, a former member who had been manipulated into giving her life savings. Sarah's tearful testimony revealed the extent of Pastor Solomon's greed. Sarah described how she was promised healing for her son, but revived and received nothing. Her story was a turning point in Ada's investigation. Ada's editor was stunned by her findings. The report was prepared for release, with exclusive footage of Pastor Solomon's rituals. Ada attended the service and interrupted Pastor Solomon's sermon. Holding up her evidence, she shouted, "This man is a fraud." The congregation was stunned. The church erupted. Some followers defended Pastor Solomon, while others demanded answers. The once unified congregation was divided. Ada's report aired on national television. It included footage of the rituals, testimonies, and details of Pastor Solomon's fraudulent practices. The country was outraged. Pastor Solomon fled the city, taking millions in donations with him. His aides were left behind, scrambling to cover up the mess. The church fell into disrepair. Many followers felt betrayed and abandoned their faith altogether. The church was eventually repurposed into a community center, offering free education and health care. The city began to heal. Small prayer groups formed across Lumina, focusing on genuine spirituality rather than grand spectacles. Faith was slowly rebuilt. Ada sat at her desk, reflecting on her journey. She knew her work had made a difference, but it came at a cost. Many lives were forever changed. Lumina learned a hard lesson about trust and faith. The sunrise over the city symbolized a new beginning, a future built on truth. If this story inspired you, share it with others. Subscribe to Princess